Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing on this wonderful Saturday morning? Hope everyone is doing great. I know I surely am. It is a cool 66 degrees here this morning. Hope the weather is great where y'all are. I had a kind of weird night at work last night. It was kind of chaotic. There's an IndyCar race in town. Well, I don't know that it's an actual race, but some kind of IndyCar event at the Speedway. So we get a lot of guests staying at my hotel that are going to the Speedway for different things, NASCAR and whatever. So our rates are extremely high this weekend. Let's see here. So last night, in my front pocket, I had this thing again. And I took it apart and was able to replicate the issue that other guy had. So we're going to try to deal with that in this video a little bit. Maybe talk about plunge locks and see if we can figure out what's going on with it. In fact, right now I've got it set to where I cannot. It takes a lot of strength to reverse flick it. I can't even get it now. Yeah, I'm just like dude was struggling. So there's something going on with this button. I think it's the way that it's turned, but we're going to try to figure that out. But had that in my front pocket last night. And then in my back pocket, oh, by the way, let me go through the good mornings. So good morning, Ed Durbin, Mr. Dirk Diggler, Mr. Keep It Scale Stupid, Mr. Knives Our Life, Mr. John Tagamori. I always say Tagamori, but it's Tagamori. Hope you gentlemen are doing good this morning. And then in my back pocket, I had one of the knives that I got in the mail yesterday, which I finally grabbed a Nirvana. Don't know why I haven't grabbed one in the past. It is everything I thought it would be. I thought it would be as good as the Python or better. And this one came with immaculate action. It would pass the Sever 7 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock test. Good morning, Nick T. And after holding this knife and feeling this knife, I've got to get an integral version. I don't like the two screws on this side. I'm also going to do a cool ano. Each one of these squares a different color and do a pattern on it. But it's got perfect action. I mean, just drop shut. Perfect lockup. And it's one of Spyderco's prettier knives. Doesn't have that crazy hump. It does have the big hole. So I had those in the front and back pocket. And then kind of floating around in my other pocket was another knife I got yesterday, which is another Shiro clone. This is the Shiro CDX or Custom Division Anniversary Edition. This knife, I will show you how much the real one sold for not long ago or at some point. But this one has been talked about as being a bad version to stay away from, or at least not to buy the Jufull version. And that brought up something else I wanted to talk about this morning, which was how to know who makes what and which one to buy and where to get them and blah, 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 because lots of people make the same knife. And there's a Reddit post about this knife having terrible milling. He took pictures, and mine doesn't have any of that. I must have got a good one. But mine actually is perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. It's got great action, super smooth, snappy, good lockup, no blade play. Good to go. So that one was kind of floating around in my other pocket. Good morning, TC. And let's see here. Let me bring up this window really quickly. Show y'all something here. Hold on just a second. Blah, 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 blah. Where did I put it? Oh. It's up here. Here we go. Sorry. I was a little lost for a second. But this is how much that knife sells for or sold for. $10,397 Canadian. I don't know what that is US dollars, but other way around, flip it. 10,000, this number, copy, paste, enter. It is, well, dang it. Convert. How do you switch those? All right. Sorry, I don't have my keyboard in hand. I am super tired this morning. I had a super long day yesterday. Oh my goodness. Do the conversion, you stupid. My God. $7,564 is what that sold for. So I would much rather have the one I've got. Man, I had a long day yesterday. I was up almost 24 hours by the time I went to sleep. Good morning, Sever7. What are we looking at? A 6-leaf? I've got that design, I believe. Go check out what kind of clone did you get yesterday, Mr. Keep It Scale Stupid? Yeah, I'd much rather have that one. Mine doesn't have the rough edges like he had in the pictures. It's actually kind of great. TC's got one too. The action on it is super. Nice click. Nice drop. Morning, Waylon. Yeah, so I don't see anything wrong with it. Let's see, something else. Oh yeah. So the blade, Mr. John's PM2 Warncliffe blade has been heat treated and tempered and all that stuff. So that turned out looking super cool. Can't wait to see it on the knife completed. That'll be awesome. Got a TRM this morning. Mr. Bone Collector. I believe that is who is that on YouTube? I get the names confused. Cannot remember who it is, who Bone Collector is on YouTube. Super cool knife though. Mr. Ed we got talking about this E-Knives version of the Quantum Ursus, and something I would have sworn he would have known was the fact that it has the EK, and the pattern is made up of all the E-Knives logo and the EK on it. He even had a close-up picture of it there with the EK in it, and didn't realize it. But yeah, that's the E-Knives version with their logo. Cool picture. Yeah, it'd be better in knife pics. Speaking of knife pics, I took a picture. I took all these to work last night. Took my Drift LCT, my ProTech, and my Nova to shoot some videos of. And JT got some bangers in the mail yesterday. Man, he's always getting. I wish I had his knives. And oh yeah. Okay, so it's Tommy. Blade Junkie? No. I think it's I can't remember, but that's that. I believe that's that custom. No. Yeah, that Case Knives. Christopher. Yeah, Christopher Hinkley. That's who Bone Collector is. All right. Now I got it figured out. What was I going to say? Something else. Oh, you asked me, John, about my Nirvana and Python detent. Yes, they both have great detent. This one's very nice and snappy. I don't know if you can't really tell how, but it's got very good detent. This one has about the same. It has a little less. But yeah, the Nirvana has fine detent, and my Python, as far as I know, has great detent. I gotta put these back up, but yeah, I took my Drift LCT to shoot videos of last night, and my Nova, and my ProTech. Let me put these back in the case, and I'll grab my Python to see if it's got good detent. All right. Let's see here. Clones. here's my Python. It's one of the ones, it's got skiffs in it. So right off the bat, it's got a clicky D10. It's not as strong as a Nirvana, but it's decent. Not going to drop out, but it did, just barely. I probably need to tighten this one up. I've never tuned this one. Their lock bars are super thin. I need to add a little more pressure to this one. The guy I got this from put skiffs in it, and he liked them just dropping like guillotines. And this one's one of the, like, you just get the blade over the, edge, and it just drops. So I need to add a little more pressure, and then the detent will be fine on it. I mean, it's still got detent. Still got a nice little click. But there's the two of them side by side. You can see how much they favor each other. Yeah, John, you need to get you a YOLO, you Lolo. Get you a YOLO before you go Lolo. Oh yeah, they're definitely pretty big. So yeah, this thing, I want to show y'all what's up with it. And I want to look at it. But I want to look at some other stuff too. And I don't want to do it. I'm tired and don't want to do any modding this morning. So we're going to, y'all hit Sever up if you want to get one of those knives. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad you got that set up, finally. These are all the knives just laying on my table over here that I haven't put up. And as y'all can see, I've got my camera zoomed out today. Which means I've got a bunch of room on the table. Yeah, those are all sitting over here to the side. Oh, and this one. Oh, and this, dang, I about shot myself. I mean, I about stabbed myself. This thing's laying over there too. Oh yeah, there's more room up here. Heck. Oh. Oh, I'm tired this morning. Sorry, guys. Need to get some more coffee in me. Sever 7 showed this one a minute ago. New rye design, 6-leaf, I guess. It looks just like the old ones. I guess it has a front flipper on it. That might be the difference. Look like it has a, yeah, that's the difference. Got a front flipper up there. Cool looking knife. Little 6-leaf. SL79. Let's see here. There was a few things that popped up on Reddit I wanted to talk about. Oh. Yeah, is anybody going to grab one of these? I guess it's a new knock. Looks like a knock. Not familiar with it. Knives Are Life probably knows about it or likes it or has one. Pretty wild looking. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. 95 bucks. Oh, it's not a knock. It's only 95 bucks. Oh, it's a clone. Okay. You can remove the ring, evidently. Aha, I see that. I haven't seen that one yet pop up on AliExpress, but for 95 bucks, it's probably a good deal. You're not stupid, Ed. What are you talking about being stupid? Seeing a pattern and not knowing where it goes with has nothing to do with being stupid. Especially when you probably bought it off AliExpress like most everybody. I think nobody knew what it was in the channel. You weren't the one. That was the whole point of the conversation. Blade Junkie asked me if I had the weird looking one, and I said, what do you mean weird looking one? He said, do you have the Quantum with the crazy handle pattern? And I said, the E-Knives version? And I showed him, and he said, oh shit, you're right. Never noticed. See how Blade Junkie said never noticed? That means he didn't know either. We're talking about knives, Fred. As usual. And Ed's feelings getting hurt, I guess. Good morning, William. Even though everybody else didn't know about it either. I want to find that knife now. So let's go look at, see if I can find it by this. What does it say? M390 steel titanium alloy handle folding knife, outdoor hunting, tactical self. Oh my God. Way too much stuff. M390. What does it say there? Whoops. All right. Self-defense, camping, survival. There it is. Yeah, that's a copy of, which version of the knock is that a copy of? It looks like the ring will come right off, and then the bottom of the knife is rounded off nicely too. That's pretty cool. They even got a pink one for Ed. What about Clay and Coco? Oh yeah, and Ed's gonna give me hell when he announced it in the Discord. It said he didn't know. Pretty sure. Oh no, he said it in the live YouTube chat. That's where he said it. Fred, I like it. I had one I did a review of it, Fred, if you didn't see that. William, you won't get it till December. It's not going to be a... Oh, you mean has anybody ordered one yet? I have. Yeah, Fred, I did an unboxing review of the Eldorado. By the way, knives are life. If you want the link to this knife, it's right here. I'm going to post it in the links channel too, but there you go. Save that somewhere. Crazy knock. Karambit. Let's see here. Yeah, Fred, just go to my videos, and I did a unboxing review of the Eldorado right here. Maybe. It is 3.77 ounces. Yep. So it's under that 4-ounce mark. Let's get a few measurements here. But I like it. I thought it was going to have too much blade to handle. All right, what was I doing? I was going to show something else on here. Something else popped up. Yeah, he really likes his caliber. Put a new clip on it, looks like. I've got to get a caliber. Look, is that Ed? No, that's not Ed, but that's Ed Jr. We got Ed Jr. in the house. What's going on with this? He's got a style, that's for sure. He likes them short and thick. That's what she said. Not bad work, I guess. Like that Remet. It's pretty cool. That's a bright green. That's a good green. What did he not like about it? Oh, he likes them now, but he didn't like it before. He Scotch Brite, etched, then Scotch Brite again, then anodized, and much more appealing results. I guess he posted another version of the green. Oh, yeah. It looks better the second time for sure. See what else is going on. Oh, yeah, this is a new model knife that one of the AliExpress store guys is going to make. It's his first knife that he's designed. I kind of like it. She likes them short if they're thick. I kind of like that knife style, that knife though. Not bad. Oh, I gotta show y'all something else. I gotta show y'all the craziest knife package well, I won't say. Oh, so did you get your mule in? Knives Are Life? Yeah, that reminds me. There's one of those mules. Is he selling it? Want to sell? He's selling his mule. How much do you want for it? Paid $125 on Knife Swap, asking $125. What the heck? Oh, it's Rex. Still. Weird. I didn't know it came in different blade steels. What is that thing? Oh, great. We got a Reddit error. Somebody got their FSDI in hand. Mine should be here in a couple of days, hopefully. But yeah, check this out. I want y'all to see this thing. Pretty wild. So look at this box I got in the mail. It was on the front porch this morning when I got home. Never in my life have I seen. Oh my God, look how big this thing is. I don't know if y'all can tell how big this case is. It's so hilarious to me. I don't know why it's so funny, but it's like an oversized knife case. Like, why in the heck would they make one that big? Like, look, let me show you. Let me grab something else for comparison. Oh, I don't know why it tickled me, made me laugh. But here's a Tucson box. And this thing is crazy. Ed, I think you're way behind on the live stream, buddy. But look at the size of this knife box. What in the world is going on? Like, here's a Spyderco box. And it's just a knife. It's nothing like, why? Anyway, this is that new, this is the new fixed blade that HX Outdoors sent me to do a review of. And believe it or not, I actually love this thing. I've only opened it to look at it. But look how big this box is for this little thing. Like, what do they think it is? Like, gold? But yeah, it's got the fire starter down here. Good morning, Andrew. But this thing is super cool. I really like the design of it, and it's one of the most comfortable fixed blades I've held. One of the things I love about it is the fact that they did like a T, like they made the whole, it's solid all the way back, and then the metal, it's metal at the end back here too, and then they just sandwiched, they put the little scales in between there, but it means it's solid metal down here on the end, which is pretty awesome. It's actually a super nice fixed blade, and the ergos on it are perfect. I mean, it feels so good in hand. I can't wait to do a review of this one. I just got, like I said, it was on the porch when I got home. But I like everything about it so far. It's got DC 53 blade steel. And like I said, they sent it for purposes of review. It is the TD 18B. But I don't know, man. The box made me laugh. So far, I like it though. Very comfortable. See how sharp it is, and crazy box though. My God. What a crazy thing. So yeah, I'm going to shoot that video later today. All right. Where were we? Go back and do a little bit more browsing around, see what's up. Big Idea Designs. Yeah, it's not a Nimble X. We've discussed that. It's a Nimble XL. Let's see. What is that? Riot made AK. What? What is it? AK Anub? Anub? What is the AK Anub? AK Anub knife. New knives you didn't see coming. I have Anubis design. DLC Damasteel. Anybody know what knife that is? I don't know what knife that is, other than, well, the Floridian philosopher likes it. So Sever? What is it? Red? What is it? Riot a nub. Oh, is it a Vulpex? BK? It is, I think. No. Maybe it is. Is that it? Yeah, I guess it is. Well, I like that plain J one way better. Pretty cool looking knife. Yeah, I don't like that Damasteel and all that crap, but I like the way that one looks. I don't like all that crazy green inlay, but that one looks pretty good. I don't know that that's the same knife, but maybe it is. It's crazy how bad wild patterns can ruin a knife. 'Cause that one looks pretty sleek. And I like VK knives, Vulpex for sure. So it's at Crane's Cutlery, so let's go check out, see if we got one here. Yeah, here's the BK Tron. Wow, that one looks a lot like the Skiff Made blades a little bit. Let's see. What was I looking for? The noob. Yeah, so all they have is the dark wash and that crazy Zerkatai one. Yeah, that looks like a totally different knife with all that crazy patterning going on. 285 for that one's not bad though. All right then. That just so y'all know, Odenwolf.us, their fixed blade. One they sent me, they've sent me 4 of them now. They sent me the W1, W2, and W3. And then now they sent me this new one that is called, well, I don't even see it now. Called the Apex something, maybe. Oh, I'm at the wrong website. HX Outdoors. They did send me those 3 knives I just said, though. But this is where that one just came from. Fixed blades. Here we go. It is the right here. No, it's not the Night Stalker. It's the Rock Apex. That's the DLC one, though. This is the one they sent me right here. I don't know, Ed. That's a loaded question for sure. All right, what else we got here? Archery, I got one of those. Oh my God, what is going on here? Talk about synchronicities. Ed, we'll know if you're caught up here in a second. Because if you are, you're going to be going, what the heck? That's the channel knife. What is it doing on Reddit? That's not actually it, but man, it's its twin brother. Almost. Am I reverse flicking my shortcut yet? Not comfortably. I hadn't ever even tried to reverse flick it. Yep, nope, I can't reverse flick it comfortably. There's a heck of a collection for August. What is that purple and green eclipse? I didn't even know that, or maybe it's just the lighting. Yeah, that second one down, I'm not sure what color that is, but cool picture. There's a Pictus. That's another knife I've been wanting to get. That looks like a peat knife. There's another one of those Spyderco's. Knives are life. Did you answer me? About getting yours in yet? Did you get your little Spyderco? Whatever it's called, little fixed blade. Somebody else was talking about getting one of those. See what else we got. So let's go to knife swap. I'll show you what I almost bought yesterday or last night. There's a sub caliber Crooked River. Q95 Laconico Customer Revel. I bet he means custom Revel. $600. I didn't even know they made one that wasn't an artisan. There it is. I didn't know he made a custom one. Huh. Well, now I do know. They cost $600. Pretty wild. Yeah, somebody's posted a Sharknivko Waka this morning. I don't know where the pictures are. I guess you just got a timestamp. Let's see, where are we at? There it is. Dude's got some bangers. There she goes. I wouldn't mind if that's the model that they make a clone of. I don't like holes, but I like that knife a lot. That knife is beautiful. I wouldn't mind just a plain Jane one though. Let's see the video of it. Looks kind of small. It's probably a good size though. All right then. But here's the, let's see, where's the one I almost bought? I can't even remember the guy's name at the moment. His name is, well, here, let me just do a search and get it over with. Oh, there was some Hawaiian slang words. Sea otter. So I almost bought a sea otter yesterday. I probably should have, because he sold it. But yeah, I almost picked one up. I've been wanting one for a while now. I don't know why I didn't grab it, but there was one available. Did you get banned, TC? Why did you get banned? What have you done now? Good morning, Dwayne. Yeah, what have you done, TC? Vero Avid 1 G10. That thing looks weird. $125. Curtis Customs F3. TRM Adams Lizard Scales. Lizard Skin Green G10. And Neutron 20 ECV Blue G10. Let's see, where are the pictures? Yeah, there's a green one and a blue one. I don't have a TRM yet. I need one. Well, that Curtis is bright. I like the green one all right. Dang, TC. Yeah, you can't do that on there. Do you not have 25 swaps yet? Oh, by the way, if y'all hadn't hit that like button, please do so. What null is this? There's a RR Station fixed blade. Oh, that's not the fixed blade. I like that knife too. What was the price on it? $275. A Raku sold for $225. That's a plain Jane one too. It's a good price on it. Yeah, I knew he made I mean, a lot of his knives. I knew he made customs of a lot of them, as far as Laconico goes. He's got some that haven't been produced yet too that he makes as a custom. I saw a big boy that I wanted of his. Yeah, I should have grabbed it. Dude wouldn't answer my chat. He's new. He only had 4 sales. I'll find another one. In fact, now you make me want to go. Now I'm gonna go. Hold on. I'm gonna buy that one. Give me half a second. I gotta figure out who bought it. I think a guy in Europe bought it. I'm telling him, I'll take it from him when he gets tired of it. All right, sorry. I'm having non-buyer's remorse for not getting that sea otter. There's a crazy one on eBay right now. There's actually a couple on eBay right now. But there's this one with the leaf pattern. Pretty wild. And then there's actually a couple more. But I could have got it for $335 instead of $659. I probably should have grabbed it for $335. Because here's one for $599. They had another one on here that was pretty cool. I think it was this one, yeah. It was this one. Hand engraved. Yeah, that one's pretty cool. But yeah, I guess since $5.99 is the best deal on one, I should have grabbed it for $335. Dang it. I'll find one. I'm not worried. Heretic. Breakthrough purple. Subcaliber. Let's go. A little bit down. S30V with carbon scales. $230 shipped. I need a cheap shaman to do to get the liners out of. Here's a Chad. Did it sell? Not yet. Uh-oh. I might buy that. The Chad is one of their biggest models. The Chad and the Gringo are the same size as the Pulsar XL and the Django XL. Yeah, I'm going to make him an offer. 16 hours ago. Let's see if he'll take 150. Actually, I'm going to ask 140 and then he'll come up to 150 and I'll be happy. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Chat. And chat. Would you take 140 for the Chad? All right, got it sent. Got my offer sent. See what else we got. Crewwear smock. Yeah, where TC? I don't believe you, TC. Because I know people that buy shamans all the time just to get the liners out of them. So where can you buy liners? TC's always coming up with crazy ideas. Wee Beacon. I think I gave this guy this knife. Now he's selling it. Yeah, that used to be mine. I traded him a knife for it. I traded him my that Rogue, that Hogue, that Hogue Misto. Yeah, but you can't buy the original scale. They won't fit. The clone scales won't fit inside the originals. Yeah, what Andrew said. If that was the case, I've got 3 of them laying here. That I could use. How much did this Protean sell for? $777. Protean Warney. I would love to have a link to them if you think they're really out there. I thought you meant like straight from Spyderco or something. I thought you had a plug with Spyderco or something, not AliExpress. Here's a Vero Impulse. Felt satin. I might like the Impulse better than I like the Impulse Thin. But I really want an isotope. $255 isn't a bad price on that second run. Wonder if this guy answered me. Nope. But he accepted my chat. So maybe he'll answer me here in a second. Here's a clone Nirvana. $45 shipped. Boy, they get downvoted bad on Knife Swap. He's at 0. He's lucky he's at 0. They usually get big time downvoted. Hawk Talon, Arctic Storm. Here's a 9. Uh-oh. What color is it? The only one that I would get. I like that knife too. I just wish they made a plain one. But that's the version I like. If I was going to get one, that'd be it. Yeah, a lot of knives I've been wanting have been popping up here lately. I just wish they made a plain version of that. But that blue one is the one I like, at least. How much is he asking? $315. What is the price of them new? $360. Yeah, he's got to go cheaper, way cheaper. Good morning, folks. Hop in and hit that like button, and then say hi. Yeah, he's got to drop lower than $315 for me to buy it. Yeah, this Devo nip slip went up last night. I saw it too. There's a Moyarl too. Awesome knife. Amphibian. Oh yeah, who wants to buy my Goblin XL? Somebody in the channel wanted to buy that. I'm about to sell a ton of knives. Y'all are gonna be shocked with how many I put up for on a post. Be like 100 knives. Here's a Nirvana and Python bundle. That was a good deal, I guess. Not really a great deal, but get them both at once. I want one of the Lamifshi Nirvanas. The true integrals. There was only like, man, there wasn't many of those made at all. But they're awesome. That's the one I want. True integral. I've got my alert set. That's one of the clones. That's my Holy Grail clone that I can't find. One of them. That Kevin John Wing is the other one, but it's not really a clone. It's just that's another one I can't find. It's a Loxa. It's like a large version of the Loxa. Here's a comparison between the Loxa and the Wing. It's like a big version of the Loxa. I gotta find one. Such an awesome knife. They're hard to find. That's two of my Grail. That one has the compound grind and everything. Oh, did you get a clone? Oh, you got the same one I got, huh? That's funny. I got mine in the mail yesterday. That's awesome. Keep it scale stupid. That's the same one I got yesterday. We're twinsies. That's crazy. They both got delivered the same day. How do you like it? Have you learned how to reverse flick? Or are you still just regular flicking it? Just doing a regular thumb flick, or are you doing a regular flick? I mean, reverse flick. How is mine different? How is mine different? What do you mean mine's different? Mine's not different. See, look, watch. Oh, yours isn't a frame lock. Yours is a liner lock. What the heck? I didn't even know they made a liner lock version. Yeah, I see that now, Dirt. What the heck? I didn't even know they made a liner lock. All right, well, that's enough knife swap. Yep, Ed's got them both. Ed always likes just posting what we're talking about in the channel. No, yours is just a different lock. It's not necessarily worse quality. I like the lines on yours, actually. It doesn't have the lines on the back where the frame lock is. Where did you get your... Let me show y'all... check this out. Let me show y'all something. Check out this is how I'm going to anno mine. See the one on the far left there? That's how I'm going to anno mine. I'm going to copy him. He's got another one, the second one over from the right, that he did too. I like both of them. But I really like that one on the left. See you later, Knives Are Life. Yeah, that's how I'm going to anodize mine. Is I'm going to try to copy almost exactly like his on the left. Oh, it's all good, Ed. I like when you pop up and show that you got what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's awesome. That Zahn in the middle looks awesome too. I'm really thinking about doing one of those too. Here's the other sides of them. let's see, the Temu, what is the number for the Nirvana? Spyderco Nirvana, what is the C number? C199. C199 knife. There we go. Yeah. Oh yeah, yours is definitely cheaper. Yours is aluminum or steel. I didn't realize it wasn't titanium. I thought yours was titanium too. Maybe yours is titanium. Yeah, it says this might be yours. Yours might be titanium. Because yours had the darker color. So yeah, yours might be. Yours might be alright. That's actually a good price. If y'all ever want to find Spyderco knives, though, all you got to do is go find the C number for the knife. So they all have a C number like that, like it says right there on that eBay link, C199 TIP. So all the Spydercos have a number that starts with a C, and you can go type that number in because they can't use the word Spyderco. So that's how they. That's how you find them. So, like, if we want to find a shaman on here, I think it's C226, C223. What is the C number for the shaman? It'll tell you on Blade HQ, usually. C229. So you just go back here and type C229 knife. And there you go. All the shamans pop up. So if y'all ever wonder how to find the Spyderco clones, that's how you do it. There's one of the clear ones. I got one of those, but I got the OK Knives version with the square hole. I want to get a jade one to dye purple. $21. Wish they had a titanium one. Yeah, I think you got the only way you'll be able to tell whether it's aluminum or titanium is to try to anodize it. So the only way to tell between this one, this $24 one, and this $32 one, because they look exactly the same, is to try to anodize the inside of the scale. So what I do is I take a couple of 9-volt batteries or my power supply, and I clamp it onto the scale, and I touch it with a cotton swab on the inside of the scale, and if it changes color, then I know it's titanium and not aluminum. So if y'all want to know an easy way to tell between aluminum and titanium, that's the way you do it. Because aluminum will not anodize with electricity like that, but titanium will. And I got to talking to somebody about how they said they could tell between titanium and aluminum, and I was like, no, if they're finished the same, they look exactly the same. If you had them in hand, maybe you could, if you had them both in hand, you could probably tell by the weight. But if you didn't have them both in hand, then it's kind of hard to tell which one is which. Because neither one is magnetic, but one of them will anodize with electricity and one of them won't. Yeah, folks, they probably do taste different. You're right. My power supply goes up to 121 volts, but you can't get it to go that high. The solution won't let it go that high. It tops out at like close to 100 volts. So I want to try with like a big industrial power supply. It goes up to like 220 volts or something. In fact, let's go look for a big rack mount DC power supply that goes up. Let's go see what those cost. Rack mount DC power supply. No. See what this one is. That's what I'm talking about. How high does this one go? Does not say. See if we can read the levels on the. Oh, it doesn't go up very high at all. But you need something like a old rack mount. Let's see. 0 to 12 volts, 9 amps, 12 volts. Volt, 6 to 15, 48 volt. That's a server power supply. Whoa. 1 kilowatt. Hold on. Tested under full load. Oh, it only goes to 7.5 volts. Dang it. I know it's possible to get one of these, but it might be like one of these $700 ones. Let's see. He doesn't know the specifications on this one because it doesn't say anything. And there's no model numbers. That's the kind you need right there, like to do those crazy high voltage anodes. Industrial power, let's see. I've got a server one, but they don't go up that high voltage. .48 volts is the highest they go. You can use a buck, buck converter, and up. You could up. You can't get the amperage though, but you don't need much amperage, so you could probably use a buck converter to do it. I've got one of those. DC buck converter. DC to DC buck converter. 600 watt, let's see, 20 amp, 36 volts. It'll be hard to get to like 200 volts. That's a step down. See, this one says 0 to 150 volts. 0 to 1 amp. So you can only go up to 1 amp. Here's one for 550. 10 amps. Programmable, yeah, there's 150 volts, 6 amp. There we go. There's what we need. There it is. Yeah, DC volts. See, it goes all the way up to 200. And there's the amps, all the way up to 8 amps. That's the one you need to do high voltage anodes right there. Yeah, Waylon, but those little ones, I've got one of those. They're not the same. I mean, they got the $600 ones like I just showed. Heat, the benefit is that that color that you can't get from anything else, like these Holts. Like those ones I showed. Where are they now? I swear it was 140 volt. Oh, I know. Morpheus. Dang it, where's that link now? Yeah, there they are. You can get these colors right here that you can't get. So that's 140 volt. And you can get greens and stuff that you can't get from regular DC. Yeah. Yeah, none of those charts go up that high. Like, none of the charts on the internet, like, people don't ano at those high voltages normally. And I think the solution has something to do with it too. You might need to use a different kind of electrolytic solution. I don't know that baking soda would let you go that high, because like I said, mine goes up to 120 amps, but it won't let me ano but up to like 97 or 98 volts. It won't go all the way up to 120 volts because of I believe it's because of the solution. I have no idea, Pete. But I need to find one of these. This is a Sorensen. This is the same one I believe we saw in a video where who was using one? Somebody was doing black ano on knives. It wasn't Strider, but it was somebody like Strider. We watched a video. And he had one of these. I think it was a Sorensen. Can't remember who it was though. Oh, I know how we can find it. We just look in our history. It's only got me on there. Man, it was somebody like... Yeah, I've got TSP too. TSP might work. I've got a box of it. Dang it. Who was that? Man, I can't remember. It was in the video before we did the Black Anno. I did a couple days before that. We looked at it. And he did it for all his knives. It was somebody big. It wasn't McNeese. It wasn't Strider. Who was it? Dang it. I can't remember.
Hey guys, Jake Odenwolf Knives. Just wanted to
It's Hoback. Yeah, it was Hoback.
do a quick video on a new process that we have set up for black anodizing titanium. This has been pretty new process.
I think this is the one that has a Sorensen.
Kind of get everything dialed in, but I wanted to show you guys because I was pretty excited about how it worked out. So I'll give you a rundown on our current anodizing system.
Look, it's a Sorensen. It's that same model, Sorensen, down there at the bottom.
The mess here. We're still moving into the shop, so it's a little bit of chaos. But basically, we run a tank that we built.
Yeah, there's TSP.
It's probably 4 gallons or 5 gallons or so. Fill it up with water, put some trisodium phosphate in there, mix it up into solution. We have a copper plate separated by a little shield just to prevent accidentes.
And you remember how that one guy, Pocket Sex, said you had to use titanium as the cathode? And I was like, no, you can use any metal. He's using copper right there, so that just shows.
Then we have a stainless steel rod run through the inside. Usually just connect with an alligator clip or some wire nuts, and then the ground side goes on that. So basically we run that through, and that gives us color. So if we're looking for anything in the kind of the whole spectrum, color spectrum when it comes to titanium anodizes, that's how we get it. Now if we want black, we have a whole new process set up for that. Instead of using trisodium phosphate, we're using manganese sulfate. Same setup. This is somewhat temporary, but basically it's just Tupperware container, obviously. Some titanium wire on an alligator clip. I've got a pocket clip kind of down in the solution, and then just the copper plate as the cathode. I think I always get the backwards, the anode cathode, so positive, negative, whatever it is. Realistically, if you put them on backwards, they just won't anodize, so you just swap them around. So then for power supply, we've got a pretty big power supply here. This is a 220 power, 220 volts Sorensen. It's a huge laboratory sized power supplier. This might
That's the same one, 200. See, it goes up to 200.
actually potentially be a
and 8. Oh, his goes up to 20 amps.
server power. It's got a rack mount, so I'm assuming maybe it was server, but it's.
So what's the number on that one? Hold on. DCR 150-18B. Keep it scale stupid. Yeah, that's the part you attach the scales to. You have to use titanium wire for that. But I'm talking about the cathode. See, I got titanium wire to put the... That's what you put the knife on. But the cathode is the back part. The plate that's always in there. Where I've always used just a stainless steel spoon or whatever. But I got those new ones that I'm going to try out. But it was a DCR 150-18B. Hold on. DCR 150-18B Sorensen. There we go. eBay. DCR 150. 18B. Look. That's so funny. That one that we looked at a second ago is the same one, DCR 150-6B instead of the 18B. So that must be your amperage. So this one goes up to 6 amps. His showed 20, but it was called the 18B. So I bet it only went up to 18 amps. That's the same one. I thought it looked familiar. Pete, you're looking at aluminum on your AI. You're looking at anodizing aluminum. That's different. Type 3 aluminum coating. If you read in your thing there, that's aluminum. Yeah, Ed, you don't have to use titanium wire, but the thing is if you use anything else, you can some of that metal might transfer to the titanium. So if you've ever left a stainless steel washer in a knife while you anodize it, it'll start rusting it, and it'll transfer some of that metal over to the titanium. Yeah, that's the model. Thank you, Pete. But one time I didn't pull out the little washer in a knife, and I was like, I saw bubbles coming up from it, and I was like, what's going on? And it started rusting that stainless steel like pretty much instantly. But the reason you use titanium wire when you touch the knife is because whatever's touching it can transfer off onto the knife, but you probably won't have any problems. But I just use a stainless steel spoon as my cathode. Like, that's what I got over here. It's just a stainless steel spoon. And it doesn't rust at all. But I've got little pieces of I've got that double piece of titanium wire that I use for like, then I've got a thicker piece here, and I've got a couple more that I hook the knives on. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this Nirvana like today or tomorrow with those different blues and silvers and stuff. Because I love the way that one looks. I mean, that's just super cool. Like, I don't know, I just love that blue, and I just love all that colors. Some of it's silver, some of it's like gray. And he's got like 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 different blues. I think 3 different blues. Oh, if you count that light blue kind of color, there's 4 different blues. But yeah, that's beautiful. And I got to do one of my Zons like that too. That middle one. I'm glad my Python doesn't have all those lines on it like that one does. He did those lines though, like that's part of what he did on that one, but oh yeah, John, I forgot to tell you. Yeah, let's go look at that at the end of the video. I'm not having the same problems. I wasn't until I took it apart. And then I kind of figured out why he was having his problems. Well, I didn't totally figure it out, but that is something I wanted to finish the video with. I didn't want to do it early on because it would run people off, but let's get into this thing and look at it. So I want to show what I figured out a little bit. And we're going to try to figure out how these plunge locks work, like from a scientific scale. From a technical perspective, we're going to try to figure out how they work. So when I took it apart, what I noticed is that the button, where the button fits down into this side of the scale, the tolerances are super tight, but it's not rubbing there. So the button is very free and very loose right now, and it goes right into that hole perfectly. But if I take and I press the blade in a little bit, then I can't push the button at all. So the way the knife locks up when it's open is it fits on top of the blade, and the part that fits on top of the blade is that wide part on the right of the plunge lock there. So if you do start to sand and fix something, you got to make sure that you don't sand the inside part of that big part. But at the same time, when the blade is closed, it's sitting on here, and there's a little ramp that disengages the detent. So right now, when I pull on this hard enough, I don't know if you can see, but when I pull it, it pushes that. You see how it pushed that plunge lock over to the side just a little bit? So that's the part that's getting hung up. So it's not it going into that hole, it's where it interfaces with the blade in the closed position. So in the open position, it interfaces with the up here. But in the closed position, it interfaces down here. So it has something to do, because if I push the blade in, I can't push the button at all. So this is the area we got to worry about, is where this interfaces with the bottom of the blade here. And the good thing about it is whatever we do, if we need to sand the blade a little bit to make it better, it's not going to affect the lockup. Because the lockup, as long as we don't touch the plunge lock part and just touch the blade, then it's only going to affect it when it's in the closed position. I don't know if all that makes sense. But I don't want to sand any on the plunge lock button, because it works fine and it goes down in that hole fine. It's not catching on that hole. Even though the tolerances are super tight in that hole, it's not sticking. It's perfect. So if we do anything, we want to sand a little bit off the blade down here where it interfaces with this, so that when we pull on it, it'll release easier. So what I noticed is that the way I turn this thing affects how much it locks up with the bottom of the blade down here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it apart. So right now I've got it at a place where sometimes, like right now, I cannot open that with a reverse flick. I'm pressing as hard as I can and it will not open. So it's in a bad place right now. So I'm going to draw a black line that matches up where this button is on the scales. We're going to draw a little line across it, and then we can rotate this at different positions and see where it works better. But to fix it completely, we need to figure out where it's interfacing with this blade and what's hanging up. So now that I've gone through all that explanation, let's get into it. So another thing, the screws that you take out are on this side right here. It's got those long barrels that go all the way through the knife that fall out the other side. So it's better to take these two screws out first on this side, and then flip it over and take the pivot off of this side. And now it'll come right apart. See, I can't even pull this blade. Yeah, it was super hard. So I'm going to make sure the button stays in the same position it is when I take it apart here. Dang it, the button just fell over. It's still in the same orientation. So it was just like this. There's the little spring. Let me get the blade out. Let me hold this in position where I won't lose what I got here. Let me take the spring out. I'm going to set that back in there. And I'm going to take a Sharpie. And I'm going to mark right here. Where this button meets up with the scales. So that I got a little place to put it back. See if I got a mark on it. Yep, I got a mark. So yeah, this is what I was talking about. The tolerances are super tight down here on this button. Hold on, focus. But going down into that hole is not the problem. The problem is where it interfaces with the blade. Let's see. So when it interfaces with, okay, it's down here at the bottom. So it's where this interface is right there. So the way it works is they put a ramp. Okay, yep, I see perfectly, and I see what the problem is. I just perfectly see the problem now. So look, so they put a detent ramp, basically. That's how it disengages. And there's a burr. I don't know if y'all can see that burr, but when they did the machining, they machined a little burr. They didn't clear out a little burr that's in there. I don't know if that focuses. Can y'all see that little burr? There's a burr right in the middle of that little channel. Y'all see it? So I just need to clean out that burr on that ramp. There you go. I think you can see it there for a second. It focused. You can see there's a burr of metal right in the middle of that ramp there. So that's the whole problem with this knife. You can see it big time right there. Nice. So that solves the whole problem right there. So now I'm just going to grab one of my little round files up here that I've got. So I got my little round files. I'm just going to take that ramp, which is down here, and I'm just going to hit that burr a few times. Try to get it knocked off. And like I said, this won't affect the lockup because it's on the other side of the blade. But there you go. That little burr is gone. I'm not pressing hard at all. I'm just kind of getting that burr off. Now it's all cleaned up. Now we reassemble and we won't have any sticky. No sticky. This pivot, by the way, you can unscrew either side. It's got a barrel in the middle, and you can unscrew either side, but it's better to do it because of the spring needs to sit down in this side. Oh, by the way, it's got one screw that holds the inlays in. So these inlays are held in by these one screws on either side. They did nice milling on the inside of these. So they did a great job on this. Each side has one screw that holds this inlay in, and then the pivot holds the end down here, so it's held at both ends. But they did really nice weight reduction milling. But when you reassemble it, you need to put the pivot in this side and leave this side of the pivot on. And the D-shaped pivot needs to face towards the end of the knife this way. I don't know if you can see that, but when you line it up, you need to line it up facing this way. And this is assuming any of y'all are going to buy this knife, but I would suggest you try it out because this milled blade is awesome. Like, I don't know if y'all can see the milling on that blade, but the whole thing is awesome, except for that little burr that was on there. So let's get this put back together here. So let me tell you another little secret about button lock knives when you're trying to put them back together. So what you need to do, you need to lay the spring in there. Then you take your plunge lock button and you get it pushed down in the hole. And then you turn the blade a little bit and it'll hold that button in place just like that. The only problem when you do that is it turned that pivot, and I need to physically hold the button while I turn this pivot back to where it needs to go. So I'm going to try to rotate the pivot back a little bit. About like that, where it's facing the end of the knife. Facing this way. And now it's locked into place. And now we can put this bearing back on and reassemble. Hopefully, if we can get that D-shaped pivot to line up. Come on. Of course, we're on film, so nothing wants to work right. It looks like we're lined up. I'm going to go ahead and put this in and hope we got it lined up right. Button's stuck, but I don't know what's going on. I didn't get something lined up right. Dang it. This always happens when I'm on video. Come on, button. What's going on with you? Go through the hole, button. There it goes. There it goes. Now we're locked in. Button was stuck underneath it for some reason. All right. Something still ain't lining up right. Oh my God, I did this twice at work last night. I didn't have no issues. But you get on video and you're going to have issues. There we go. All right, stay right there, button. Oh my gosh. There we go. Ah, finally. It popped into place. All right. We got the button back on. We're good there. Now, like I said, when you put this back together, the easiest way to do it is to take your back spacer, set it in here, and push this one rod. He says easy. Take this, the long, so it's got the little long rod kind that go from once. So drop that one in, get it lined up, and get it screwed in. And just don't tighten it all the way. Leave it a little bit loose so that you can move the back spacer a little bit. And then go back around to the other side. Drop the other one in. And get it lined up just like that. Then flip it back over and put your clip on. Put that last screw in. And once you get this one going, you can tighten it all the way because the back spacer's lined up. And then you can retighten this one. Then you can make sure the other side is tight too. It should be, but never hurts. Boom. Tighten up our pivot good. No hanging. Super easy, good detent, perfect detent. So it was just a quality control issue with them milling out that ramp. Whoever's job it was to put that little ramp in didn't clean it up afterwards. They just ran it through the machine and sent it on. They didn't have somebody standing there clearing out those burrs. So that's how you fix that knife. I hope that was kind of interesting to some of y'all. So like I said, the button, the part that locks up these plunge locks is that thick part of the button on that side interfacing with the blade up there. You see there's another little angled place where the button slides into. It's just like the back of a knife, how they angle it. They made a little groove there that gets smaller as it goes in so that the button can push in there and lock up solid. And then the way it stays closed is the same way, except it's got that little ramp down on the other side. And that's what makes you be able to pull on it and disengage it because it's at an angle. And now it's got perfect detent, perfect drop shut action. Great knife. Yeah, Ed, I agree. I did shoot it last night at least once. I was hoping I could manage to not do that on video. For my hard work, I hope anybody that hadn't already hit a like, please do so. We are 5 seconds away from 2 hours. Boom, 2 hours on the second. I finished that up. Thank you for reminding me I wanted to go over that, John. I appreciate that, sir. Thank you, Pete. I hadn't done it before either. I didn't know how it actually worked. Ed knew more about it than I did. I didn't pay attention to how button plunge locks had a little ramp like that. I kind of wondered how they stayed closed and felt like it had detent, even though it didn't have a detent ball. And now I kind of understand the whole process behind it. So that was cool. I should have known that's how it worked. I mean, I've got a analytical enough mind to figure stuff out like that. I've just never looked at it. So yeah, that was fun. That was fun for me too. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate y'all sticking in to the end with me. Hope y'all learned something there at the end. If y'all want to do a time link and send that to the guy on Reddit on how to fix his, I'm not sure if he figured it out. I think he talked about he just loosened up some stuff and that fixed it, but that's not going to really fix it. You should be able to do a time link right to the end of the video there where I took it apart. TC, have a good day, sir. Thank you, Pete. I appreciate that. I try to go slow and talk through it like I would want to be talked through it myself. Anyway, guys, another video in the books. I was tired, got kind of a second wind now. Y'all have a great Saturday. Mr. Whalen, thank you, sir. Appreciate all y'all. Love y'all. If you need me, just reach out. Need to talk, reach out. Need help with anything, reach out. Need to learn how to use Knife Swap or alerts for Reddit, reach out. Anyway, appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow.